A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters.
We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts. Hello, my people. Welcome to the Q with Q. This is our daily political briefing with me, your host, QuentinRJiles. But if we're going to be friends, you know, I'm trying to be your political best friend, then you have to call me Q. And we have so much to talk about tonight. Baby, when I tell you I have notes, we're going to get into all these things, baby. I normally don't even write on the back page. I got notes. We got things to discuss today. And I'm dressed up again. Side note, I'm super excited. Y'all, I did another TV segment, baby. I almost forgot I was on TV, and I can't wait to rewatch it on the replay. I hope they invite me back. Because I had let loose a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. But thank you all so much for being here. Crystal Osborne, what's going on? Tammy Thurston, Robin Haynes, my regulars. What is happening, people? Tracy Jones, I see you. Jennifer Carpenter, what is popping? Yes, thank y'all all for coming here. Brenda, I think it's Kuehler, Danny G, Tara Wilson, all of y'all. What is going on? Come on up in here. Yeah, we got a lot. Keitha Roberts, come on. Crossing Nations. I see y'all. Somebody say, where is the bathrobe? Listen, the bathrobe will be back tomorrow. I'm dressed today because a lot has happened. Jakari, I see you. What's going on? Yes, tomorrow I'll be back to normal. We'll be bathrobes and bonnets, all of that. A few housekeeping rules while we're down here on the YouTube, just in case. Jacob, my guy Jacob, what's going on? In case you're new here, one of the biggest things we do here, or we encourage here on the Daily Political Briefing, is dissent, not disrespect. Say it with me. Dissent, not disrespect. So I encourage you, if you disagree with me, baby, put that in the comments. If you agree with me, put that in the comments. Engage with people. People will engage with you. People like Crystal Osborne and Tammy Thurston, baby, they gonna talk to you. Shannon Collins, she gonna talk to you here. Come through, Shannon. Shani Watson. They gonna talk to you. They come. We do this all the time. So engage in the comments, but dissent, not disrespect. If you disagree. But when you get disrespectful, you gonna get blocked. And disrespectful means calling people out of their name, making sexually explicit comments, threatening violence. We've had some of that before. You get blocked real quick. I don't play those things. I like to block. It's not a problem. So dissent, not disrespect. Also, as we get popping, go ahead and like this video. Help me out a little bit with the YouTube algorithm. That helps me. A little bit more housekeeping before we get into the notes, because the story I just heard is gag worthy. It's gag worthy that is getting minimal attention today. It's about what happened yesterday, but it is about Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Steny Hoyer all hiding together, calling for help with no police presence when the shenanigans was taking place. When I tell y'all this story, you're gonna gag. Jordan, I see you, Jordan. Shannon Collins, shout out to Aubrey. That's Shannon's daughter. We get the children watch me too. It's okay to watch, bring your children up in here. So a couple housekeeping. Lakeisha Lee, I see you. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Let me drop this link really quickly. Y'all, Goalie Gummies. Y'all know I partner with them. If you don't know, I partner with them. This is the apple cider vinegar replacement. Baby, it's so good. It's so good. Get you that. You can get that in the link that I'm dropping. They're doing, I believe, 30% off. Full disclosure, when you get your 30% off using my link, they give you the 30% off, and then they cut me a commission check. Now, I'm super excited because they emailed me today and they said they have a brand new product that's dropping tomorrow and is sending me a new package that's going to be different from the apple cider vinegar gummy. So we'll be trying and testing that. So that's there. Oh, somebody said drop my, I always forget to do this. Let me do this. At the bottom of the screen, we're going to keep that rolling. That is, if you want to pour into me, that is a direct way to do it. And as you can see, people have already popped us off with the super stickers and super comments. Now, a super sticker like so, Miss Lee, is an opportunity for your comment to be featured on the screen and we discuss your comment and wrestle with it. It also pours into me to allow me to keep doing this thing full time. So you can do that here. Now, YouTube do take a cut. They take their cut as in any business. However, the information scrolling at the bottom of the screen, the Cash App, the Zelle, the PayPal, that money comes directly to me. So if you'd like to pour into me in that fashion, please do that there. Since I pulled Miss Lee's comment up and I've gotten a better system tonight, yesterday people's super comments was escaping me because it was so many, but I got me a system running tonight. So I'm gonna get all your comments in. We're gonna talk about it and then we're gonna get to the notes. Q, love you laying out the truth. All Trump. Also, Trump must be held responsible as accessory to domestic violence. Baby, who you telling? Who is you telling? That's on this page. Hold on, let me get it out there. Like that's on this page. This page, something else. This page with all these notes, that's something else. That's on this page. So we will definitely be getting to that. If you're streaming on YouTube, you can do the super sticker and comment there. The Sergeant in Arms of the House and Senate resign. Baby, y'all ahead of me. That's on this page too. That's on this page. We're going to talk about it. Shout out to you, Brooklyn Nelson, for going ahead and popping us off with that. Thank you so much. And Ray Allen, my guy. Hi there. I've been waiting on this all day. You know, we do this Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. CST. Baby, come on up in here and get this news. Now that we got all of the housekeeping out of the way, let's get into what I found out today. Now, this is gag worthy. This is really gag worthy. This is crazy. So the governor of Maryland, Governor Hogan, who is a Republican, came out today and held a press conference that did not get much attention. You know what? Let me tease y'all out, tell y'all everything we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this breaking news that people need to know. We're going to talk about Nancy Pelosi calling for the impeachment. We're going to talk about some people going to jail and some people not going to jail. We're also going to be talking about the resignations of cabinet members and other folks. We'll be talking about COVID because something very drastic with that happened today. And we're going to be talking about that Trump video. I don't know if you saw on my social media as I reposted it. We're going to talk about that Trump video he put out when his Twitter was finally released to him. Kiona, let's get them notes, baby. I came prepared today. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Governor Hogan, governor of Maryland. Maryland is right by DC. Remember geography, right by DC. Cool. He comes out, holds a press conference today. Okay, well, you know, much media attention wouldn't be around that. Comes out, holds a press conference today and says that Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Steny Hoyer, this is House leadership, and Chuck Schumer's over there in the Senate, but leadership, calling him, hiding in a room when all of this was going on. Remember, Mike Pence had got whisked away by Secret Service. I naturally assumed when Mike Pence got whisked away with Secret Service and then we found out Nancy Pelosi was no longer on the floor, I just naturally assumed it was security that whisked her away. Like, right? Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Steny Hoyer, all in an undisclosed location, hiding, calling the governor of Maryland. Now, gag this. The only way they was able to call the governor of Maryland, because Steny Hoyer, who is also in the House, who is House leadership, is from Maryland and happened to have the governor's phone number. Well, you say, well, why was he calling the governor? To ask to send the National Guard. Jaquinta, what's good? Crystal Osborne, I see you. I'm gonna get your super sticker in a minute. To send the National Guard in because per Governor Hogan on the phone with Steny Hoyer, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer in the room hiding, they don't see any police presence. They don't have any security around them. So by happenstance, this is what's crazy to me. By happenstance, one of the congressmen from Maryland happened to be in the room with the leadership, the House Speaker, the third person in line. Nancy Pelosi is the third person in line to the presidency. And the Senate, now Majority Leader because of Georgia, happened to be in the same room to call the governor of Maryland. Crystal Osborne, a domestic terrorist from my neck of the woods in Florida, was just identified and has a warrant out for his arrest. He is a firefighter at Stanford, Florida. Baby, what the FBI said, post all those photos. So we're going to post them. We're going to do our civic duty and help them out. Thank you so much for the super comment, sis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more. I got questions. My girl, if y'all don't know, if you're new here, I got questions is our unofficial nurse. She is a real nurse in real life, a travel nurse. She comes in from time to time and tells us her experience of dealing with COVID. She's fought, not herself, but as a nurse. She was in New York when the pandemic hit, and we had a great one-on-one conversation. Thank you so much, sis, because you enlightened me. Also, let me drop a link. If you'd like to have a one-on-one and just shoot it up with me, that is exclusive for my Patreon paid membership exclusive back door, if you will. You can set up a Zoom and we talk about anything. We talk about politics. We talk about life. People have asked me, how do you build a brand? How do you grow? All of that good stuff. So if you like to, you have to be a Patreon member. But here we go. I got questions. Thank you so much. Hey, family. Had a tough shift. There we go. Tired tonight, so I can't stay. Please talk about the West Virginia lawmaker, Derek Evan, being part of storming the Capitol and going live while doing it. And he need to be in jail. Period. Thank you. I got questions. We'll get on down to that. And shout out to you. I just got a notification. Spring Hutwardson, you just joined the Patreon. You just joined the Patreon. Thank you, sis. Thank you. So back to the story. Back to the story. Boom. Governor Hogan on the phone, Steny Hoyer, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer in a room, nervous, no security, people tearing up the Capitol. We don't know if people got bombs. We don't know at this point, right? Go back to yesterday. We found out some stuff today, but we don't know if people got guns, knives, bombs. We don't know anything. But we literally have the co-equal branch of government's top leadership cowering in a room, calling a governor of a neighboring state because they happen to be in a room with a congressman from the same state. That is crazy. That is crazy. D with the T. So it was Steny, not Pence, that called for the National Guard. I'm going to tell you in the rest of the story. Stick with me. Stick with me. I see where you're going, sis, but I'm going to tell you. Okay. So back to the press conference. That's not it, though. That is not the whole story. Okay. I know that's a lot, right? Because when I was like, wait, what? That's not even the whole story. Okay. Let's get into it. This is okay. So Governor Hogan, mind you, again, Republican, only one of 3 Republican governors that has vocally said they support the removal of the president, whether that be the 25th Amendment or impeachment, right? So definitely bucking that whole, this is Republican, we're going to ride out till we fall out, all that, bucking that, says he needs to be removed. Just put that in mind and keep it in context. So the governor like, boom, okay, cool. I'm going to call up the National Guard for Maryland. As we know, or civic education, if we don't know, we have a National Guard. However, each state's governor controls that state's National Guard, right? There is still a National Guard infrastructure. There's a head of the National Guard that oversees it. However, the troops that are deployed that are from certain states, that governor controls those National Guard, I guess you could say troop deployments and whatever that looks like, right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Put that on your palette. Okay, so boom, Steny Hoyer calling. Can you send somebody? Do you have National Guard? Can you bring somebody over here? The governor says, yeah, boom, I got you. I'm finna do that. Ain't no problem. Calls up the National Guard, says, hey, send the people to the Capitol. Stuff is happening. Send the people to the Capitol. Stuff is happening. Okay, so yeah, Jordan, it's definitely gonna be longer than 45 minutes. Although I'm gonna try to keep it to an hour. It's normally 45 minutes. People that are new, I'm gonna try to keep it to an hour because I do have something to do tonight virtually. But yeah, thank you for the super comment. Okay, so he issues, yes, go right ahead. Okay, well then the governor gets a phone call back, governor of Maryland, who just said, yes, their troops can go to DC. Keep in mind, those National Guard troops can't just cross state lines. Can't just rush into there. Because remember, a lot of times we forget we are the United States of America. Each state has individual laws, rules, regulations, all of those things. I'd like to know how right-leaning senators feel about gun control after this attack. What's crazy about that, side note, this is not in my notes, I would suspect that they don't think anything, because didn't Stephen King get shot Somebody literally tried to, I'm going to say assassinate them. Remember a couple years back, they were doing like a baseball field. This was pre-COVID. They were doing like a baseball tournament, something with the Republicans, and somebody rolled up on them and shot them. And Steve King, Republican, got shot and then came back to Congress like it was nothing and was like, we not doing nothing on gun control, like literally went to the hospital. So I would probably say nothing. Let me move forward. So the governor gets a phone call back from the National Guard that says we don't have authorization to go into DC. We don't have authorization to go into DC. Well, why don't you have authorization to go in DC? The Capitol's under attack. It's under attack. Okay. Here's where it gets crazy. Because each state is different and they all have their separate laws, rules, and regulations, governors have to approve that. So I'm in Texas. Louisiana is next to us. Let's say a catastrophe happens here in Texas and our National Guard is overwhelmed. Our governor or somebody calls the Louisiana governor to say, hey, can we get some National Guard people? Louisiana Guard people say, yeah, boom, send the guard. The guard contacts Texas. Texas say, yeah, boom, we need them. Okay, now you can cross state lines and do that thing, right? That's regular rules in order. That's how that thing's supposed to go. Well, DC is not a state. It's the District of Columbia. Side note, the mayor of DC actually held a press conference earlier today and said in the Biden administration, in the first 100 days, DC needs to be a state. It needs statehood. DC residents have long advocated for that, have long asked for that. Even on their license plate in DC, if you've ever been, if not, I'm gonna tell you, it says taxation with no representation. Them people pay real tax, real taxes, and it's not a state. They don't have accurate representation, right? Correct, Aaron E. This is why DC needs statehood ASAP. This proves why. So they don't have a governor to say, yes, you can come. And since DC is a district, the federal government is the one you contact to get the approval. Okay, so now we're educated. Because I didn't know that either. We're educated, cool. I didn't know the part about I knew it wasn't a state, but I didn't know the part about how the National Guard worked in that instance if it's a district rather than a state and no governor, right? So we got foundation. We're educated now. We know stuff. Okay, cool. Boom. So who do we ask? You have to go to the Secretary of Defense. Okay, well, who's the Secretary of Defense? The Secretary of Defense used to be Mark Esper, who people used to make fun of and call him Mark Yesper because he would bow down at everything that Trump did. Well, remember, Trump fired him after the election and installed some novice, some low-level person that everybody was like, what? This person is not qualified. Like nowhere on the resume is this person qualified to do this job. It was widespread outrage. But you know how the news cycle go and how Trump do stuff. Something else popped up and then, we just kind of fell out about it and was like, well, he on his way out anyway. Cool, let's move around. Marie Lewis. Okay, united where? With who? DC needs to be its own state. They pay taxation with no representation. They won't allow it because of DC's makeup. Poetry snaps, sis. Poetry snaps. But they could with this Biden administration. Quentin, come on up in here. Yes. And I know you're going to probably get to this, but a side joke, Stephen Snubb, Capitol Police Chief, resigned as he should. Baby, that's on page 2. You see this? Resigns. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's glaring. Resigns. That's on page 2. We're going to get to all that, Quentin. We're going to get to it, Quentin. We're going to get to it. Okay, so. Hold on. Come on, Professor Q, teach me something. Baby, that's why I'm here. I'm here to educate the people. Now, if you've just been educated, go ahead and hit that like button on the YouTube. When you like it, YouTube helps me with the algorithm and pushes it out to the rest of their people who may not know we're doing this. So go ahead and give me a like. Thank you so much. Lakeisha Lee, real talk. I know we're all shocked of yesterday's events, but is anyone truly surprised? I say no. The stain of hypocrisy, hatred, and blatant racism has been ignored and left to grow unchecked. Hashtag just facts. Y'all want poetry snaps tonight. That's what y'all want, poetry snaps tonight. Okay, come on. Felicia Sessions, I was hoping that the VP already had implemented the 25th Amendment because they should have not, They should have not sent the National Guard because he is not authorized to make the call. We can all hope. Hold on, what? I was hoping that the VP had already implemented the 25th Amendment because they should have not sent the National Guard because he is not authorized to make that call. We can all hope, LOL. I don't know where you're going with that. Those are two different things. You might be mixing some stuff, sis. I don't know, because you saying something, but it's contradictory, but I got to get back to the story, so I can't really fully unpack that right now. But I think I know what you're trying to say. I'm gonna try to come back around to that. Okay, so back to the story. Because the Secretary of Defense has to authorize the National Guard to go into DC. Well, like I said, Mark Esper had been fired, someone who was qualified, whether we, like him or not, qualified for the position. Okay, and Trump installed this novice nobody, right? And I don't mean nobody in the verge of trying to be disrespectful. I mean nobody in the sense of your resume don't line up for that position, which we've seen a lot of that. And if you're new here, I hate to ruffle any feathers. I feel the same way about Pete Buttigieg being transportation secretary under Biden, but we're not talking about that today. You're going to have to watch one of my old videos for that controversial conversation. It wasn't that controversial, but people really love them some Pete Buttigieg, and I just be like, okay. Aaron E. Making DC a state will give Dems 2 senators, hence the opposition to statehood. Chess, not checkers. Ooh. Ew, the chess of it all. Okay, so they like, boom. Okay, we're found out. Now we need to get authorization from the Secretary of Defense. All right, so Governor Hogan calls up the Secretary of Defense. Ring, ring, ring. Can't get him. Okay. Calls again. Come on. Calls again. Ring, ring. Can't get him. Can't get him. Shout out to you, Victoria George V, who joined the Patreon. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much. If y'all want to join the Patreon, go ahead and tap that link right there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ring, ring, ring. Can't get him. Secretary of Defense, while a co-equal branch of government is being attacked, is nowhere to be found. Cannot get in touch. Trucking with Brittany. I'm so glad Biden said what we were thinking. He let them know had it had been Black Lives Matter, they would have been shot and some more stuff. Yeah, he called them domestic terrorists today. I said, okay, Joseph. Okay, Joseph. What did Jim say? Is Jim being disrespectful? Uh-oh. We finna have to block somebody. Okay, what did Jim say? All right, Jim. I'm gonna just put you in timeout because I can't see it, but I can do that. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Okay, so ringing. Can't get him. Can't get him. I got it, Jordan. I got it. Y'all relax. I got it. I took care of it. Troll done. Can't get him. So now here's the conversation that Governor Hogan is telling us at the press conference. He has Steny Hoyer saying, are they coming? Are they coming? Right? Because an extended amount of time, an extended amount of time has passed. He's like, what's going on? Governor Hogan on the phone with Steny Hoyer, keep in mind, Steny Hoyer is in the room with Nancy Pelosi. That's not Nancy Pelosi's middle name, but I love calling her that. It's just funny to me. In the room with Nancy Pelosi with no security presence, no law enforcement, while people are invading the Capitol, don't know if they have bombs, knives, guns, none of that. And Governor Hogan is like, you don't have authorization. They don't. Governor Hogan is like, I'm trying to send them. But legally, because we are rules and regulations, I can't send them in your state until I get the authorization. It would be illegal to do. You can't do that. Can't do that. You got to follow the law. Even though shenanigans is going off, you have to follow the law. So Steny Hoyer on the other line is like, no, yes, we do. Yes, we do have authorization. We do have authorization. The governor is like, listen, I'm talking to the people at the National Guard because, again, they have a structure. They have a head, even though it's individual states have a head. He's like, no, you don't. We're trying to get the Secretary of Defense. Nobody can find or get in touch with the Secretary of Defense, who was a low-level person. Now they're the whole Secretary of Defense, who was a low-level person in a position that they should not be in. Shout out to you, Latoya Cherry Johnson, just joining the Patreon. We'll see you over there. Make sure you schedule your one-on-one, sis. I had a few Zooms today. It was a real good time, Can't find him. Cannot find him. Governor Hogan says an hour and 30 minutes later. I told y'all this story gets crazier. An hour and 30 minutes later, because remember, we were all watching and I made a few videos and I was like, they've been in there too long. Like they was in there for a long time. I didn't see no police, no nothing. They were in that Capitol building for a very, very long time. Governor Hogan at his press conference today says an hour and a half later, he gets a phone call from an unknown number that he doesn't have saved. A phone call from an unknown number that he does not have saved, picks it up, and it's the Secretary of the Army. Now, don't get confused because I know it's a lot of secretaries and a lot of us are not superly civically engaged. You got the Secretary of Defense and then you have the Secretary of the Army. I'm giving you finger positions to show you the hierarchy. The Secretary of the Army is not in the chain of command for this decision based on DC's district, I guess you could say districthood, right? Because if it was a state, we would just call the governor. DC doesn't have a state. It's run by the federal government. It's under the purview of the Secretary of Defense. But an hour and 30 minutes later, into our co-equal branch of government's top leaders hiding in a room with no protection, he get a phone call from the Secretary of the Army. Okay, and it still gets good. I found you on TikTok at the beginning of the pandemic. I'm so thankful I found your social media because you have been my breaking news reporter. Thank you so much for the support. I love to do it. I love this stuff. This is my spotter. This is my spotter. I don't know nothing about no sports. Don't ever ask me nothing about the football. I don't know. I just watched the Super Bowl. I only go to the Super Bowl parties for the snacks pre-COVID. I don't know none of them people. I don't know. But if you ask me about some politics, baby, this is my Sparta. This is my Sparta. Doretto, I don't understand how the USA doesn't have a backup to the backup for these types of shenanigans. You would think what them people did yesterday, I bet ISIS is real mad. They probably sitting back looking like, wait a minute, we do all this plotting and planning and all we had to do was really just roll up to your front steps and get in? Now, granted, they probably would have been treated differently, but you get what I'm trying to say, I hope. Okay, so the governor gets a phone call an hour and a minute later. Let me get back to the story. Gets a phone call an hour and a half later from an unknown number that he does not have. Again, the governor of Maryland is only involved because the top leadership is stuck in a room together, or not stuck in a room, but more so hiding in a room together with a congressman that happens to be from the state. Okay? Secretary of the Army. Secretary of the Army like, hey, you got some National Guard folks we can send over there? Governor like, yeah, we've been ready. I've been had National Guard people. Yes, I'm ready to go. Secretary of the Army is the one that says, go ahead. Question for the investigation on the other side. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Question for the investigation on the other side. This is not in the chain of command of the Secretary of the Army. Where was the Secretary of Defense? Did the Secretary of Defense, this again, ill experience, not suited for this position, not attacking the person, but attacking the position that he occupies that he should not. Did this person intentionally stand down? Did this person go MIA? Was this person ordered by their boss, Donald Trump, to stand down? Why is the Secretary of the Army, who is not in the chain of command, the one giving the order to say, yes, those troops can go? And why do we have reports that it was Pence? Because again, remember, Pence is still in the Capitol. These people are still in the Capitol. Now, yeah, they got tunnels and all these other background rooms and they have security measures and stuff like this. But Pence in the Capitol. Why was it Pence? If the governor, we piecing stuff together, right? Let's piece it. If the governor says it was an hour and a half later before he got the okay, that has to mean on some timeline, right, that they possibly were trying to get the order from Donald Trump and wasn't getting it. Because what we got, or the reports we got yesterday, that it was Pence who gave the go-ahead. So we got questions that need to be answered. We have real questions that need to be answered. An hour and a half later, when a co-equal branch of government, meaning that branch of government is just as powerful as the president per the Constitution, that those same people who ran up in that building claim they love. Where was the Secretary of Defense? Where were you? Because you should have been all on it. You should have been. I watched that thing all day. Them people ran amok in them folks' building. They was in there chilling in them people building. In those people building. And I don't really want to, let's see here. Timar, bruh, another one bites the dust. The DC Capitol Police Chief just resigned. Did he literally just do it? Because we found out that he was going to resign. It is in my notes, but he said he gonna leave next week. So I need to know, did he literally just change course and say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead, head out today? Let me know in the comments. But that is a part of this investigation. Why did we find out that Pence was the one that gave the go ahead? Was was the ask asked of Trump? And did Trump refuse? And is that why it took an hour and a half before the governor of Maryland, Republican, could get the go ahead to send troops into DC, which is not a state, so they don't have a governor to help the capital of the United States? An investigation. Questions. I have questions. Aaron E., thank you so much for the super comment. I guess we know why Trump fired all the Pentagon leaders a few months ago. Correct. I have real questions. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Real questions. Because that sounds like, to me, and I don't want to pontificate too much because we don't really know how it bared out, but I can't say the ball was dropped somewhere. This feels intentional. It feels like the ball was intentionally dropped. There is no reason our capital of this country was under attack, and it took an hour and a half before the governor of American got the go-ahead to send troops in there. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, I gagged. I said, now what? What? I know people don't get into politics like that. But when you think about the structure, when you think about the structure of government, when you think about American exceptionalism, when you think about America being the best country in the world, laws, rules, procedures, democracy, free speech, all those things, an hour and a half delay as we all watch. I'm looking this way because my TV over there. As we all watched our capital. Why am I saying capital? Our capital. Child, let me get something to drink. Hold on, I'm going too fast. Starting to have maybe that COVID. If y'all didn't know, I'm recovering from, recovered, not recovering. Thank you, Jesus. I've recovered from COVID. Maybe some of that COVID jokey jokes still got me a little brain fog. I couldn't speak for a second. But the fact that there was an hour and a half delay, that is a real problem. That's a real problem. That feels intentional. Real talk. I know we're all shocked about yesterday's events, but is anyone truly surprised? The stain of hypocrisy. Oh, I had already pulled that one up. Sorry. My bad, y'all. I pulled that one up. I was trying to make sure I didn't miss nobody. Yeah. There needs to be a real live investigation. And it sounds like somebody going to jail again. Quentin. Pence was too busy trying to get up out of there after his discussion with Trump. He may have thought they were coming after him. Could have been. Don't know. Because we still haven't even had a briefing. Keep in mind too, we haven't had a briefing. If a mass shooting had happened, somebody would have been out there talking, right? Think about this for a second. Somebody would have been out there talking. If there is a natural disaster, FEMA, the state's governor, somebody would have been talking. Nobody from the federal government outside of Congress is briefing us. We've not heard from the FBI. We've not heard from, we've gotten statements from Chad Wolf, the Department of the Homeland Secretary, which was interesting. This ain't in my notes, but keep in mind, Chad Wolf has implemented some of those egregious immigration policies, so much so that the lawsuit against him overturned some things on immigration because they said he was acting illegally in his capacity as that he's occupying this space illegally. So then that order that he issued for this immigration reform, I can't remember what it was just yet. ended up being overturned. And we celebrated and we was like, yeah, good. He's been almost tied to Trump's hip. He did come out and said, that was repugnant, yada, 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 whatever. And then we found out earlier today that Trump rescinded his nomination to the Senate to actually be confirmed. Now, he only got 13 days anyway, but I said, y'all better watch him. That's a signal. That is a real signal. A real signal, right? So we've not had a real briefing. I ain't seen the FBI. I ain't seen the DOJ, the Department of Justice. I've not seen Homeland Security. I've not seen the CIA. I've not seen anybody give us a briefing on what happened yesterday and what we're going to do moving forward. Nothing. Even if you wanted to parse it out and not necessarily talk about what we're going to do about Trump or prosecutions or 25th Amendment. Like, what are we going to do about this insurgency, this attack on the Capitol? I've seen nothing. Kiki, come on up in here. Kiki, thank you so much. These people resigning, don't run now. Keep that same energy with your selfie-taking selves. They had people scaling the walls like doggone Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm not. No, I don't want to get ahead of myself. We're going to talk about those resignations. We're going to talk about those resignations because I'm not buying it either. I am not buying it. Some in particular, we're going to get them right on together. Joy Bake, Trump did say he wasn't sending the National Guard. The DOD was told to stand down. I need you to cite that. We can't just run on that just because you said it. I'm pretty sure you're a lovely person, but down here we come with facts, and I would love for you to cite where you got that information. That way I can Google it, baby. Was it NPR, ABC, NBC, Fox News, CNN? I need to know the source that said that is a true statement. But thank you so much for the super comment. Let me know in the comments here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, because we don't want to run on merely allegations, because then we make a whole lot of allegations about a whole lot of stuff. So we want to cite where we're getting that from credible news sources. Okay, that's how we do it here on the Q. If you didn't know, welcome here, welcome. Okay, I see some super comments. Let me go ahead and catch these. Boom. I see a super sticker right here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Trucking with Brittany. I honestly believe this was intentional. Think about it. I've seen this on TikTok and Facebook for a while about the meeting up. Interesting that you say that. It was intentional. They've been planning it. There was an NBC News reporter who literally lives on the dark web as his assignment. Like, he comes on NBC all the time and talks about what they're doing on these fringe groups like Parler and 4chan. There's a new website called Trump something. I don't know. They've been planning this. They've been on Facebook. They've been on TikTok. They've been planning this openly. So when you say intentional, it's not like it was a secret. I mean, it's legitimately not like this thing was a secret. They have been talking about it openly. The president has been talking about it openly. He said it was going to be wild on Twitter. We all saw it. Miss Shamika, Patricia Whitehurst, thank you for some possible explanations about the military hierarchy. Okay, I didn't see that. I was too busy talking, but thank you. It was a planned coup. Yeah, it was a planned coup. Sure was. Yeah, but I mean, that means it was a failure because it was open. So let's put that thing in the context. It wasn't like they were in a secret dungeon somewhere in the back room, plotting and planning, and we didn't know, and we were just shocked, like, oh my gosh. They talked about it openly. And people chose not to believe them. People chose, People chose to see a majority of white people who were upset that their dear leader lost and chose not to take their threat seriously because white people are allowed to protest in a manner that others are not. And shout out to all my white people here that's streaming right now. I don't have an issue with white people, but allies have acknowledged the privilege. That what I saw was privilege. All those people went home. Most of them. I understand the woman died, and then we found out there were a few more deaths. Found out today there's actually a Capitol Hill police officer in critical condition. Reports earlier said that he died, but then we just found out 30 minutes ago that he's actually in critical condition. Critical condition means he's almost there. Blue Lives Matter. That's what this crowd claims. This person is almost dead. They are a blue life, right? But that was privilege. That was white privilege. They went home. Large amount of them went home. and didn't go to jail. And they stormed a federal building as they were certifying the election for the president of the United States. They literally attacked two branches of government, if you think about it, the Congress and the presidency. And they were allowed to run up in there, sit all on Nancy Pelosi desk, do hanging off ceilings like they don't have nobody's home training, and they were allowed to go home. That is about the epitome of white privilege, ladies and gentlemen. That was because they were treated in a manner that said that was your right to do. You can do that. We're not going to shoot. We're going to lightly escort you down the steps. Take over. Ain't seen no zip ties. Ain't seen no rubber bullets. Ain't seen no gas canisters. Well, the protesters was the one that had the gas canisters. Ain't see any of that. I saw none of that. And again, to the cool attempt. Well, he told them to stand back and stand by a few months ago. He showed us that he was their dear leader. He said it. Stand back, stand by. Well, it was time to go to action, and that they did. And he and all of them should be held accountable for it. Andrea, can you do a 25th on Trump if the cabinet has called a quit? You need the cabinet to do the 25th, but not all of his cabinet members have quit. We will be talking about those people who quit shortly. Oh, child, what time is it? I got to. Oh, yeah. Okay, no. Okay, I think I still got time. I still got time. Okay, let's talk. I got. Boys got a little virtual date tonight. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I got a little virtual date tonight. Dating in a pandemic. It is what it is. Tea sipper. All the people resigning and the lack of a briefing or general follow-up is absolutely unacceptable. Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jessica Reed, we got a few more, and then I'm gonna jump into my next story. Side note, if you have learned something, please like this video. Like I said before, I've been looking at the YouTube people stuff. They say when the people like your video, YouTube then suggests it to other people that aren't following. So please, if you're enjoying and you're learning something, please like the video. I really appreciate it. Jessica Reed, I fear the other countries will look at the ease with which these Trump supporters were able to get into the Capitol and think they could just walk in. I would concur with that. One congressman, I think it was Ro Khanna of California, definitely came out today and was like, we're going to have to rethink this. The cool thing about the Capitol is anybody can go. Like, you literally can go. The White House is, technically anybody can go, but it's a lot more screening. You can go to your congressman's office up there. But the way this happened, I feel like, and Ro Khanna said this too, it's going to change the dynamic of how the Capitol operates. People aren't going to be able to just come up there and take tours, but it was designed in a way to where there was still some connection, or the public felt as though there was some connection to their elected representatives being able to schedule meetings and come up there. We've seen real protest in the Capitol, right? Think about the Brett Kavanaugh hearings, things like that. So you can go in, there's just proper procedure to do so. But it definitely is going to change the dynamic of how they do things. This thing jumped so quick. I just saw a super comment and I do not want to miss it. Baby, I'm finna, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me scroll. This thing jumped all the way up. Man, missed one. Velda, zip ties are for hostages. Tell me I'm wrong. Zip ties are for hostages? I would say in a mass arrest type of event, zip ties are to arrest folks. Thanks for the super comment. Kiki Askew, and they did all this for what? They still lost. Biden will still be president, and the Dems are the majority. People lost their lives. Shaking my head. Absolutely. For nothing. It made us look so ghetto. I'm so ashamed. I'm not ashamed. It wasn't me. It wasn't us. No. I'm not ashamed. I get what you're saying, sis. I promise you I understand. No, I'm not ashamed. They should be ashamed. They did that. We didn't do that. No, I'm gonna draw the line on that one. No, we not ashamed. They are. I'm looking right here, scaling the building like they some monkeys. No. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Jordan, tell your date to join us down on the YouTube. I shan't. I already have an itinerary of let me move on. Let me I can't tell y'all all my business. We came here for politics. We came here for politics, okay? Oh, that's so cute tonight. We got a day. I know you lying. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, got a little day. I see Shannon Collins had commented. Did I get this one? Jasmine Bryant, I can't pull it, but here it is. I've been suspicious since yesterday. These terrorists seem to know exactly how and where to navigate. Okay, how do you pronounce it? Oh, it went away. Okay, I think you were saying they navigated the Capitol quite well. Yes, in some, not current Democrats, but some former Democratic Congress people have said that there needs to be an investigation to see if anybody gave them, like schematics or anything, because they were able to navigate the Capitol and find places that they shouldn't have been able to find so easily. So yes, there is some traction out there. Shannon Collins, we almost lost 9 members. A few trolls want attention. What you mean? A few trolls want attention. Let's use the energy to ignore the childishness. We rise above the foolishness. Hashtag we better, we bougie by trolls. Child, there's some more trolls up in here. I thought I blocked them. Child, no, what we not gonna do? We not gonna lose over no trolls. Now, that's what we're not going to do. Thank you so much, Shannon Collins. Now, Shannon Collins is a regular. Shout out to her daughter, Aubrey, who's 9 years old at home. I believe she's 9 years old at home, who just got her Yorkie puppy, who always makes it a point to tell her mom, to tell me, to tell you to like this video. So let's do that. Shout out to Aubrey. If you're still up, I know your bedtime at 9. Baby, we do this. We get to know each other down here in the comments. But like, if you had not liked this video, thank you so much. Like this live stream, baby. Like this live stream. Let me get into the next story that I have for you all. I see 2 more comments and I'm gonna get into the next story. Monica Dickerson, she says, I feel like he's setting us up to be attacked by a foreign body. What do you think? Do you think they will try to attack us on a larger scale? Well, historically, at any time of transition, our adversaries have sought to take advantage of us because that is when we're in our weakest position, when we do the transfer of power. So do I think it will happen? I mean, could be. But an attack can look different. It doesn't have to be from what we learned from the Russians infiltrating our our systems, our agencies, which we kind of stopped talking about that, right? That's still happening. I'm still waiting on somebody to get Jack Bauer from 24 out of retirement because we need somebody to come fix this. Or maybe we need to call Stacey Abrams. She did all that good stuff down there in Georgia. I need to know, do Stacey know anything about cybersecurity? So, an attack can look in different ways, look differently in different ways. I love Tamika Merrilee tweet that says, it said this wasn't our fight. Right. Yeah. All that. Where's yours? America is not ghetto. Leticia Davis says, America is not ghetto. The ghetto has swag, can be fun, and will make you a plate. Yesterday, America was a trailer park. Oh! Girl, I wish I would have seen that comment earlier. Do you know I did I told y'all I kind of went left. I think I went left on that TV segment today. It was pre-recorded, but I think they're going to run it. So I'm going to post it if they run it. That right there, Leticia, that is the tweet. Can we take that tweet from you? If y'all got a Twitter, please, everybody tweet that. It's cool. I be taking people tweets. It's Twitter. Just retweet and then add your own little words, but the concept still be the same. That is it. Let me take a picture, girl. I'm going to tweet that. I'm tweeting that. Let me take a picture. I got to come back to that because you ain't lying. No, it wasn't ghetto. It was trailer park. You show right. Okay? Show right. Kiona, okay. I know it wasn't them, not us. I'm just saying ashamed as American. It makes me feel so vulnerable. I got you, sis. I got you. Yeah. I have some sentiments of that as an American at large. So let me get to the next story. And I'm gonna try to. Child, what time am I doing? What time is? Okay, we're gonna talk for a little bit. Ooh, I have to tell my date. Oh, let me text my date real quick. Okay. Can we push? it back a little bit. Like, okay. Now I didn't push my date back for y'all. Nah. Shoot. I didn't push my date back. So let's talk here. Let's talk. Support. I didn't put y'all not gonna ruin my love life, but I didn't push my date back. You see, to support my work. So come on and support now. Come on and support. We won't see a briefing because no one competent due to the Trump administration are running these key departments. By design, maybe. I do kind of suspect, though, the FBI director, Christopher Wray, who we have seen buck Trump, may not be coming out because what he's trying to do, this is all speculation. Let me say this. This is not news. This is me speculating. So you take a speculation with a grain of salt. I feel like more political pundits really need to do that because they will, speculate and commentate and speak it like it's a law and like it's a real story. This is me speculating. This is me just thinking out loud. We've seen Christopher Wray buck Trump. We've seen him come out and say white supremacists are the nation's number one. Christopher Wray just came out a couple of months and said white supremacists are the nation's number one domestic threat. And look what we saw yesterday. So there's that. But we've seen him buck him. I would suspect maybe he's not speaking right now because he's trying to get through these last couple weeks, right? And what I mean by that is, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Strange. What I mean by that is he could already be working on an investigation, right? He could be. He's the FBI director. He shouldn't tell us. We shouldn't know. But if he is kicked out, things like and Trump installs somebody who's not experienced and a loyalist that will do whatever he says. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's me speculating. That is me totally speculating. But that's what I'm thinking. Tell your date we sorry. I will. Flower fund for Q's date. Thank you. Thank you so much. Invite your date to join us. Oh, no, man, Pam. No, man, Pam. No, we finna talk on the lick now. Look, I'm trying to. Look, now no, we finna talk on the side. Like y'all relax. I didn't already pushed it back. Y'all relax. You should have pushed us back and went on your date. We'll just be waiting for you at the door. I consider this work. This is my job. And oh man, maybe I should have. No, we ain't married. So she can wait. It's cool. For the love fund. Thank you so much, Jaquinta. Me and Jaquinta have a special relationship because I be messing up her name sometimes, but thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer called for the 25th Amendment to be invoked, or they were going to start impeachment proceedings. Now, let me give you a little backstory. What's a gag about this? Here's another phone call that happened today. Earlier, we talked about Governor Hogan's phone call and all of that, right? Today, here's what we found out. Before they actually came out and made that announcement, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer were on the phone together. They called Mike Pence. To ask him to invoke the 25th Amendment. They were on hold for 20 minutes. Then somebody came back and said, Mike Pence not coming to the phone. Then that led them to come and speak publicly. So when I found that out, flower fund for Q's Day. Thank you so much. Angel, our date can be pushed back. No worries. Thank you so much. So they called him and Mike Pence did not come to the phone, which leads me to believe Mike Pence is not interested in the 25th Amendment. Right? They called him. Mike Pence was in there with him. He wasn't in the same room, but he was in there with the Capitol. They called him, left on hold for 20 minutes, come back. Mike Pence not talking. That leads me to believe that he is not interested in the 25th Amendment. Then we see Nancy Pelosi come out and say that the House caucus wants to impeach. And I believe that they're going to move on the impeachment. Thank you so much, Star. Appreciate you. I believe they're going to move on that impeachment. They are. This man will be the second impeached president in history. One would say, oh, does it matter? Yeah, it matters. Even if it's 13 days, you don't not do something. You don't not hold somebody accountable because of a time clock. Yes, it matters whether the Republicans rebuke him or not and convict him in the Senate. If they impeach him for the second time, I said this the other day, I was thinking about this. If they rebuke him for the second time. I mean, impeach him for the second time. Do you know what that does to the history books? I was thinking about history the other day. Here's what's crazy. Prior to this happening, I was thinking about history. I was like, man, the history book's going to be so all over the place because, each state has its own Department of Education and they decide, what they're going to teach their children. So some state, we all agreed that Nixon was bad, right? But keep in mind, we only had like 3 news stations and they was all basically saying the same thing. We live in a world of cable news where people go off and spout whatever they want to spout, right? So, and now we have people that just choose to not live in reality. Yesterday's events solidifies that he was a terrible person and he incited the overthrowing of the government to overthrow the government that he runs. If they impeach him, he will be the only president in the American history to be impeached twice. That solidifies. That to me solidify. Even if we still have to go through all this other stuff, I'm talking about long term because people got revisionist history, alternative facts, if you will. That solidifies that we say to the future that this man was ill-equipped. That's the best way I can say it. Tammy Thurston, thank you so much. CM20 had to go 99, but wanted you to know she gave some love. You can go back later. Love, fun, continuing. Oh, thank you so much. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for even doing that for her. Thank you. See, that's what we do down here on the YouTube, baby. We looks out for each other. Crystal Osborne, if he's impeached, can he run 2024? So there's the thing. If he is impeached and then convicted. So that's what we lacked the last time in the last impeachment. There was no conviction, right? There was the impeachment of the House, but the Senate the Senate voted to not have any witnesses, so there was no conviction. So if they do that this time, they can hold a vote and bar him from holding any federal office again. So there is a reason to also do that. We don't know if there's an appetite for it. I hadn't heard Mitch McConnell speak today or say anything today, but there's a reason to do this. We don't not do a thing just because the clock is running out. No. If you take away the title president, would we still go after a bad guy? If we found out that a bad guy did something and the statute of limitations was running out in 5 days, would we still work to get it done? If a CEO was about to be fired and knew they was about to be fired and stole $1 million before they left, would we still say go prosecute them? Or would we say, oh, well, they're not in the company no more, let's just let it go? No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't. Keep the same energy. Keep the same energy through and through. Jasmine Bryan, as much as he's trying to distance himself, why wouldn't Pence want to invoke the 25th Amendment? I'm not understanding. I'm not either. I am, but I'm not. I'm not understanding. Shouldn't these people get an immediate 10 years, just like Trump told BLM supporters would happen if they vandalize historical property? They should. Will they? Will they? But they should. Okay, the rep tweeted articles of impeachment. Okay, so let's roll. Let's roll. J-Rod, thank you. Let's roll with it. Let's do it. It needs to be done. It needs to be done. Can he be impeached after he leaves office? Now that's a question. I don't know that. But I would suspect the impeachment would move quickly in the House. Again, the Democrats run the House and the Senate, but those two senators have not been seated yet. So technically the Republicans still have the majority, but in the House, they can move quickly. But I don't know what that repercussion would look like. I would suspect not, because to impeach is, now this is me speculating, to impeach is a current sitting president. If they're not a president, what would you really be impeaching? Jordan, thank you. Congress will not officially be in session until January 19th. McGraw-Hill will have time trying to make these history books. Hello. Well, they can always call them back. It's not a thing. They can call them back. De La Russa can call them back. Nancy Pelosi can call them back. So that's what we found out about that. Let's get into these resignations. Let's do that. So we found out Betsy DeVos resigned. We found Betsy DeVos, the Secretary of Education. She just resigned a couple minutes ago. Mick Mulvaney, if you remember him, he was the chief of staff. He was the chief of staff. And also the OMB director OMB, the Office of Management and Budget, who held up the money to the Ukraine, where Trump was trying to hold on to money and got impeached for. Remember all that? That's Mick Mulvaney. Mick Mulvaney has resigned. He was a special envoy, somewhat doing nothing. And Elaine Chao resigned. Elaine Chao is the Secretary of Transportation, and she's Secretary of Transportation, and she is also married to Mitch McConnell. She resigned. So those three people resigned. The Flower Fund, late due. Thank you so much. And impeachment doesn't have a time limit. It can move quickly. You can only impeach a sitting president after the term. After term, it would be federal charges. And impeachment doesn't have a timeline. It can move quickly. You can only impeach a sitting president. Right. After term, it would be federal charges. There you go. Yeah. So those three people resign. Moral outrage, the president's participation in yesterday. We're getting out of here. We're upset. I don't buy it. What I see is they're getting out of Dodge. Just in case the 25th Amendment is invoked, they don't have to take the vote. That's how I see it. It's 13 days left of this man's presidency. 13 days. Y'all have been riding with him since the beginning. You've lived through the racist rhetoric of Charlottesville and stand by and stand back and stand by. You've lived through the credible allegations of sexual assault and harassment. You lived through the impeachment trial where we saw the corruption, the nepotism of his children being there, getting security clearances when they don't need to, violating the Hatch Act, selling their products on White House property. You've lived through all of that. And 13 days before, when you lived through him inciting it up until that day, now you're resigning in moral outrage. It's not something that I really buy. I don't buy it. I see it as them trying to duck and get out of Dodge. And this is a calculated decision to potentially try to save their reputation, right? Because it's super bad right now. Okay, this is my getaway. This is how I can get out and kind of be unscathed or kind of like, have some redemptive story on the other side of it. That's how I see that. That is exactly how I say. So I'm going to do this in moral outrage, and then I'll go to Dancing with the Stars, and I'll just dance back into America's heart. That's what I see. I don't know if they're going to really dance, but people go back to Dancing with the Stars to resuscitate their career or ask for forgiveness. What's that lady named? Paula Deen. Remember when Paula Deen had got caught up in all that controversy? Baby, she just jigged on down at Dancing with the Stars, and it was like, oh, the N-word's not a big deal anymore. Let's see. Ooh, child, CNN is reporting a Trump advisor reports Trump said he'll be leaving office because aides threatened to resign. Let me turn to CNN real quick. Hold on. Let me turn to CNN and see what the headlines say. Is that what they say? Okay, it's on the commercial. J-Rod, these people resigning are just trying to save their rep career. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I see. They're going to go straight down to the Dancing with the Stars. That's it. Presidents are literally taking care of their entire life after leaving, aren't they? Trump doesn't deserve any of those benefits a president gets. Say that. I did. I turned it to CNN. I did, y'all, but it's on commercial right now. Say that. Kiki, I see you. Turn it to CNN. I see you. Thank you so much for that, sis. I did. We're going to get into these other stories while we wait on the CNN to come back up so I can read that. We also had the Capitol Police chief resign. We also had the sergeant at arms resign. Now, those resignations are different, right? There was a failure in police protection of the Capitol. Again, it's not like these people were hiding and suddenly popped up and they were all caught off guard. But they are resigning due to the failure of what we saw. Now, what was interesting was the Capitol Police chief said, baby, he gonna resign, but he leaving next Saturday. He gonna leave next Saturday. What? 4 days? Hold on. Am I on? This say Discovery. Okay, yeah, I'm on CNN. They just running a Discovery advertisement. That what, 3 to 4 days before Biden gets sworn in? So he said he's gonna resign, but next Saturday. Okay, Okay. But that we had that as well. I don't view those resignations the same way that I do Betsy DeVos, Mick Mulvaney, and Elaine Chao. That was a failure of their job, right? And they should resign. So those are the resignations that we are looking at. I'm going to transition just because we're pressed for time here. I want to take a moment for us to realize, although all this is going on, today was a grim milestone in the coronavirus deaths in America. 4,000 people died today. Today. We're talking about more than 9/11. They died today due to coronavirus. So I don't want to say let's not get distracted, because this is something that we totally should be paying attention to. But let us not forget coronavirus is still ravaging our country, still taking people's lives. I just got over coronavirus, a week and a half ago? My experience was considered mild, and it was terrible. I was on that couch over there, sweating and everything else. It was terrible. 4,000 people died today. 4,000. So let us remember that. Let us not lose sight of that. Let us remember that there is a real live active virus that is here. A mutated strand is here. In Texas today, I found out that we have a case. They just found it. Hold on. Now we have 12 people resigning at this time per CNN. Let me finish my statement on coronavirus, because we're talking about deaths, and then I will get to that. 4,000 people. That's a lot of people in one day. And so I had a thought earlier today about Trump. Will we at large, how we have laid the domestic terrorist plot yesterday at his feet because he encouraged it, will we at large, I'm not talking about like people who normally agree with me or Democrats, at large, the country at large, will we also lay the deaths of over 350,000 Americans at this point? 4,000 today, 350,000 Americans. Do we lay those deaths at his feet as well? Because this is the man who politicized and played with this virus, told people it wasn't real, knowing how dangerous it was. We have him on tape. He should have been impeached for that. Got him on tape. Politicized masks when masks were the only thing we had as a barrier, not 100% an effective tool, but a tool nonetheless. Wandered out loud if we should inject ourselves with some type of disinfectant. Real things. Again, all while knowing that this was real. We got him on tape with Bob Woodward back in January, February, when it was popping off. That he knew it was contagious, that he knew it was airborne, that he knew it was deadly, that he knew it was worse than the flu. Go a couple months later, politicize it. You knew all these things and got up on that podium and wondered out loud if we could do a disinfectant in our lungs. Do we lay the deaths at his feet as well? That's the thought I had earlier today. That's a question. I don't have an answer. Thank you so much for the comment. Super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold up. If all these people jumping ship, who gonna run the country? I mean, was anybody running it to begin with? Was it being ran anyway? Huh? Can't hear you. Y'all, I'm watching CNN right now. They don't have that as a headline. And I get CNN alerts, and I've not gotten an alert saying that 12 people are resigning. So I don't know. Were they still flushing that story out? Maybe they I don't see that. So I'm not saying that happened until I see the headline, until I see the story, until I can confirm with a credible news source. But I hadn't seen that, y'all. I don't want our tax dollars to pay for his security for life. His legacy will be killing thousands of Americans in addition to everything else. Well, if they decide to put him in jail for all the crimes, then maybe, we could have a discussion on, does he still get those things after the fact? I don't know. Cara Boyce, Don Jr. posted a video on Facebook with his girlfriend. how you say her name? McAvaney, etc., laughing and dancing while watching the protesters waiting for Daddy to give his speech. Yeah, I saw part of his video too. He lied too, talking about it's like 100,000 people out there on social media. He didn't show like the crowd at that point. He was just doing it at that time. It wasn't 100,000 people. Y'all just be lying. Just be lying about everything. Last story of the night, people. And then I got to go to my date. Got a hot date. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't even. Okay, hold on, wait, y'all. Yes. Please, I want to clean my kitchen. Okay, cool. Okay, hold on. Let me see. It's the 19th. Okay. Just seeing this. So let's do in the. Hold on. Let's do in the next 20 minutes. Okay. All right. So we might have 20 minutes. Let's see. I got a super sticker here. Per Washington Post, protesters upset over coronavirus-related business shutdowns try to gain access to the House chamber at the Capitol in Lansing, Michigan. Trial run. In Michigan, huh? Michigan. We've heard about Michigan before, right? Crazy. Jordan, this is why the Congress needs that committee to be able to invoke the 25th Amendment themselves. Let me go back to MSNBC and see if they got a storyline on resignations. We do have one more story I want to talk about. The video that Trump released when his Twitter got unlocked. If you will bear with me. I love to discuss that. I don't know if you all saw it, but I posted it on my Instagram and my Twitter. I posted it on the TikTok as well, so you definitely can go check that out as well. Excuse me. You can go check it out. He released this, I think it was about 3 minutes. Maybe it was a little less than 3 minutes. He released the video basically abandoning his followers, saying that he condemns what happened yesterday, that they broke the law and that they will be prosecuted. These are the same people that he spoke to at that rally. Same people. Came out today, said, "Now we getting up out of there." Oh, Kiki, you didn't see the video? Man, I should have copied the link. Yeah, go to my page. I posted it. I should have copied the link. I could have dropped it in here. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah. Came out and abandoned his people. That was one of the trial runs back in April. Okay, gotcha. I got you, Jaquinta. Thank you so much, Allison. Thank you so much. Somebody said, "Q, wrap it up. You got a date, man." Yeah, we just pushed it back. I was texting. We just pushed it back by 20 minutes. So we got 20 minutes to chit and chat, and then I might do 10 and then go eat, so I have a little brain energy for that. So yeah, he put out the video basically condemning the violence that he incited yesterday, also saying in some respects that he acknowledged that Biden win and that there will be a transfer of power. Let's see here. Excuse me. That there will be a transfer of power. So thereby acknowledging that Joe Biden is the winner. What else did he say in there? What I thought was interesting, he called for peace and reconciliation. And I want to spend some time on that. I definitely want to spend some time on the peace and reconciliation part. Star, thank you so much for the super sticker and what you're saying there. I agree with Trump that we need peace and reconciliation. We'll see, Catrice, we'll see. Basically, he said it's not over. He will be back. That's a threat. We'll get to that part. We do need peace and reconciliation, but to reconcile is to be accountable. To reconcile is to be accountable. If we are in relation, whether I'm dating you, we friends, a family member, Jaquinta, got to balance work and play. Hello, somebody. We friends, co-worker, relationship, any workout buddies. If I do something to you, if I do you harm, if I say something nasty about you, if I belittle you, talk to you like you're less than a person, implement have the power to implement a strategy to hurt you, specifically in a relationship, especially since we talk about a date night. If I cheat on you, I'm not a cheater, but I'm just saying for the example. If I cheat on you, if I abuse you, if I degrade you, and then when it reaches a boiling point in our relationship, whatever that may be, I say, no, I denounce all that. Actually, I denounce all that. We need peace and we need reconciliation. What normal person on the other side of that is just going to be like, okay, yep, peace, reconciliation. Love ya. Oh, thanks for cheating on me. What, like, that's not a real thing when we're talking about relationships, when we're talking about peace and reconciliation. So don't gaslight me and say we need peace and reconciliation. No, we need accountability. That's what we need. We need accountability for the actions. I can't heal and get past the trauma until we deal with the thing that happened. And the thing that happened is, I ain't talking about just yesterday. That's a lot of, there are a lot of people that are shocked and appalled about yesterday. I saw that, we saw that coming. I'm talking about 4 years of what you've been doing to this country, 4 years of inciting violence, 4 years of riling up racial animosity with people, 4 years of belittling people, calling women dumb and stupid and pigs, 4 years of when somebody credibly accuses you of sexual assault and harassment, belittle this woman and say, she's not even my type. That is not an adequate response. So no. Ain't no peace and no reconciliation today. What we want today is accountability. That's what we want today. I cannot reconcile until we do that. Until we start that process. You are asking me when you say this, and let me be very clear. Y'all know I'm very peaceful. I'm all for camaraderie and all of that. So please don't think that I don't want to come off as like a separatist or like someone who feels like there should be these deep divisions and we should always be divided. That's not what I'm saying. But I get tired of people gaslighting me. Like when we see people and children killed by gun violence and the people who stick up for policies and procedures that make it easier for that thing to happen only offer up thoughts and prayers. You're gaslighting. You're gaslighting the people. You don't mean that. Because if you meant that, the last time we had this situation when somebody lost their life due to gun violence, you would have done something about it because you are in a position to do something about it. You are an elected official with powers that we the people give you. So don't tell me that. I am done being gaslit. I am done being gaslit. Yes, I want peace and reconciliation, but I want some accountability with it. And if you can't give me that, I don't really have too much more for you. But be blessed, and I'm gonna move around. I just don't know what else I can give you when we continue to do that. There's this story. We've heard this story growing up several times. I don't remember it verbatim, but remember the story about either the man or the woman that found like a hurt snake and brought the snake in and nursed the snake back to health. Then when the snake was healthy, the snake bit him. And the woman was like, oh my gosh, why did you bite me? I think, did the person die in that story? I can't remember. Then the person dies. Potentially, if they don't die, they die in my story. Then the person died after that. But when they get bit, the snake was like, why did I bite you? You knew I was a snake. I'm not saying all these people are snakes, but what I am saying is, how can I get to peace and reconciliation when you've done me wrong so bad? How can I move past that? You want me to just act like that stuff didn't happen? You want me to just act like y'all weren't breaking the law? Like y'all didn't just try to overthrow this government? And like that's supposed to just be okay? And we're all just supposed to move on like this thing didn't happen? Like you didn't politicize masks that could save people's lives? And we got 4,000 people dying from COVID today? Come on, man. Come on. Stop gaslighting us. Stop gaslighting us. No, we want accountability. We want accountability. And when I get that accountability, when we get on the road to accountability, because accountability is going to take time and it's going to look different, right? It'll take time and it will look different for various peoples in this government that we have, and with him being the president, and with people still roaming the streets that just tried to overthrow the government yesterday, and with congressmen trying to overthrow the government and score, political points, overturning the electoral college because they want to run for president. It will look different from all sorts of people. But we need accountability. So I am hopeful that when Warnock and Ossoff get in that thing, the Democrats will hold the House, the Democrats will hold the Senate, the Democrats are in the executive branch, the presidency with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, that accountability has to happen. Accountability has to happen. That's just what I think. That is literally what I think. I'm open to peace. I'm open to reconciliation. I'm open to going back to arguing with Republicans over policy and not over propaganda and lies. I'm open to that. I'm open to people having a difference of opinion. You're a Republican. Okay, cool. You like limited government. Okay, cool. Let's argue about it, or not argue in the sense of fighting, but let's debate about it. Let's have that conversation. That's what we do. But what we're not going to do is just move on like we just didn't live through that. No. 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 Whew. Ah, man. Sorry, y'all. Like, no. Nah, bro. Accountability. And when we get the accountability, here we go. Mona Gale, Elizabeth Warren with the clap back to Betsy DeVos resignation, quote, good riddance, hashtag the shade. Congress can invoke the 25th section for not just Pence. This is the one. Per CBS Evening News, a manhunt is underway. There's a laptop possibly containing sensitive national security. Ah, man, national security implications. Thank you for quoting where you got it from, per CBS. Thank you for that, so we can go back and recheck that. Peace and reconciliation. That's what we're dealing with. No, accountability. That's what we want. That is how we guide ourselves to the pathway of peace and reconciliation. We guide ourselves to the pathway when we have elected leaders that won't get up and use their podium and lie to their constituents. They have real responsibility on this because they get up there and they gaslight and they lie and they have people believing them. Now, people bear their own personal responsibility for buying into the lies when, again, just like I said, this is not a, ooh, praise me moment. Look it up yourself. Verify that thing. That's why I asked for sources. Where did you get that information before we just put this out to the masses? Is it a credible news site? Okay, thank you. But you have real people in positions of power and authority that are lying to people. So stop lying to people and let us all get on the same basis of truth and let us hold and have accountability. And then we can get on the track of peace and reconciliation. But it's the privilege for me in that statement. It's the whole privilege for me in that statement that you thought that you could come out and you could just say that and it'd be a thinly veiled apology. You didn't apologize, but it can be phrased and twisted in a way by Congress people who support you that was an apology and that is going to absolve you from the crimes that you incited, that you committed yesterday with them people by inciting it. It's the privilege for me. It is the audacity that you think that is enough. No, sir. No, sir. It's a hard no man pan for me. What time is it? I got to get to my date, child. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I'm finally. Bit. Okay. 8 minutes. Sean King posted the impeachment resolution that Ilhan Omar drew up, and that was co-sponsored, by other reps, including AOC on Facebook. Good. Can the 25th Amendment still be enacted if the cabinet members continue to resign? I submit that they are resigning so they don't have to. So we talked about that earlier. If they have to be cabinet members. So it might be best that they. It's such a double-edged sword because if they leave, he's just gonna put people in that's loyal to him. It's going who's going to actively take that job? Who with any real credibility is going to take the job? So they have to. Okay. Oh, sorry, y'all. Who is the troll? Georgia Bulldog? What Georgia Bulldog said? I missed it because I've been going off. I've been going off on a tangent. Thank y'all. I'm gonna find him. Okay, found it. Boom. Not a problem. It's done. Thank you. And I thank you. Yes, thank you. Accountability. Absolutely. If you take the label of president off, if any of us did any of those things, if I go outside right now, if all y'all rock with me that's looking at this stream right now, all y'all are rocking with me that's on this stream, right? Get off and enjoy your day. I am. I'm just worked up. Now we scheduled it. I got about 8 minutes. Y'all all rock with me. If I decide, hey, let's do a little rally. Or let's have a little get together or something. And I get up there because again, y'all know how I feel about this. I thank you for lending me your ear. You can listen to anybody. You can listen to absolutely anybody, but you're choosing to listen to me. So you are trusting that what I'm telling you is true. So I take that as a serious compliment and an honor. And I thank you for that. And so because of that, if I got out there and I riled some people up, it's 700 some of y'all on here. Statistically, right, I might be able to draw a crowd to if all y'all showed up. Statistically, out of the 700 of y'all, I could probably get 10 to 20 of y'all to if I just go off on a tangent, that'll be like, you know what, Q is right. You right. And we need to do this. And if I rile people up so much to the point that I say, well, you know what, get on down there and attack that bakery and or take back that bakery, because that bakery moved in and kicked out a historically Black business, and we're not gonna have it, and rile everybody up with this gift that I have of speech and delivery, because it's a gift. Thank you, Jesus. Right? Come on, like let's really think about this and unpack this. Sometimes I don't think we take enough time to really think about what's happening. This is a gift. I didn't do this. This was given to me by him. But if I use this gift in a way that incites you, that riles you up, and send you on the suicide mission, the police gonna come after me too, because I'm the one that started it. I'm the one that incited it. I'm the one that has the people's ear. So strip that layer of president off and treat him like you would do any other citizen, because remember, no person is above the law. That's what you've been telling us. So stick to that. Keep that energy. I'm about to hop off of here. Aaron, Congress can enact, but they need the VP. There may be a loophole. I'll do my research and report back tomorrow. Thank you so much, Aaron E. Thank you. Somebody said, look at CNN. Baby, what's going on CNN? Let me look real quick. What's going on CNN? What they got on CNN? Trump advisor says Trump now admits he's leaving office because aides threatened to quit over riot. What does leaving office win today? He leaving today?
Democrats, Republicans, former officials, former Trump staffers calling for Trump's removal from office, and the list.
Hey, if he leave tonight, that's good. That's what's up. That's what we love. Come on, leave tonight. Leave tonight. Leave tonight. I can start healing. I can start healing if you leave tonight. You say you want healing and reconciliation. I can start healing tonight. That'll be one step. That will be one step. Okay, I got 4 minutes. Okay, that will be one step. So guys, thank you so much for rocking with me tonight. I know I kind of went in a little bit. Child, I got to go find that clip too to see if I went too hard down there on the People TV tonight. Thank y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see what kind of shenanigans happen. This man very well may resign. If he resign tonight, I'll probably come back and go live. So cut your post notifications on and subscribe to the YouTube. If he resigns tonight, I'm going live and we're going to talk about it. Child, if he resigns, somebody said enjoy your date. I was like, shoot, if he resigned during that date going to have to get cut short. I'm like, hey, listen, this is my job. It's an emergency at the workplace. I have to run in. But no, thank y'all so much. This has been great. I love you so much. Again, feel free, if you are so inclined down there streaming, if you want to pour into me, you enjoyed tonight and want to give. I do this thing full time. This is how I keep these lights on that you see right here. So feel free to give. I'm going to drop this link as well. If you want to get your goalie gummies, they are doing the deal, and they're dropping something new tomorrow. I'm super excited about that, to be able to share that with y'all. If you want to get the deal, I think they're giving 25 to 30% off. So you can definitely tap that link if you want to schedule the Patreon, so you get exclusive content behind the scenes. People come with me when I go see the fam, or we do random live one-on-ones. We did a Zoom call for the New Year's. We just have a really good time. And I'm also start dropping some content on the Patreon about my bodybuilding journey. So I'm super excited to share that. I just got to get some things set up. Also in that link as well, if you'd like to contribute, I am moving this weekend. A lot is happening. I'm moving this weekend to a 2-bedroom. My second bedroom will be my studio. As you can see, I'm currently in my living room and I need more space. So if you would like to contribute to that, the studio production of it all, it is an increase in the rent that I pay. There is a GoFundMe only specifically for the amount of the increase of the move. So very limited in scope for that GoFundMe. If you like to, that's there in that link. I'm going to drop it one more time just for the people who didn't. I missed your super comment. What was your super comment? What did it say? Angel. Hold on. Let me scroll. No, let me scroll. What was your super comment? Thank you all again for listening and rocking with me. I don't see yours. Okay, just do a regular comment. Do a regular comment, Angel, and I'm gonna pull it up. And come on, sis, so I can go to my date. What did it say? What did the super comment say? I'm here so I can answer it. Let's see. Okay. Well, I think I'm about to hop off because I can't. I'm giving you an opportunity, but it is 10 o'clock, and I already pushed this date back. So I'm trying to say, agree to disagree. Stop saying someone is a troll if their opinion doesn't match yours. Boom. That's real. That was it. Okay. Thank you. No, that was good. I'm glad I waited for that. Agree to disagree. Right. Verification of troll is disrespect, not a disagreement of the opinion. So you are so right. I am so glad that I waited for that. Thank you so much, Angel. I am terribly sorry that I missed your super comment. I had a system tonight. I kept up with them. Yours slipped my mind. It slipped through me, but I tried to keep up with it. Yep. So guys, we'll be back tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. CST. Like I said, if breaking news happened and he resigned and I'm awake, that's important. And I'm awake. Then I will come back and go live. If not, baby, y'all catch me tomorrow. So I'm off to go enjoy my date. And I will see you all tomorrow.
A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters.
We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.